Thursday love. Thursday love.
All right. There we go. Oh, you need to do something?
No, you're good.
All right. Welcome everybody to Thursday Love. We are back after a 2-week hiatus, but we were out for very good reasons. We won't just first week was Holy Week, so we took a break for Holy Week. But we thank God because my husband was sick and under the weather, but now he's better, so we are all good and we're all set, and we're excited because we're back. What are you?
Keep going.
Okay, we're back. I'm Chris. I don't know what you're doing. We are back, and so we had a great time in March. We had a great time in February. Now it's on to April. We have April. We're excited because April is going to be our month of marriage through the years. So each week we're going to have a different couple, a dynamic couple that's going to come up and share their love story, depending on the years that they were married. And so we're starting with the theme of this week or tonight. Grace under 5. Grace under 5. I want to do Grace under 5, but I didn't want folks to think that their relationship was in turmoil, and that's not the case. So Grace under 5. Grace under 5. So with a couple that has been blessed with either up to 5 years or less than 5 years, and so each years or each decade or however long you've been married, you tend to go through different things. Some people say the first 5 years. Some people say the first 10 years. It's so many different things and so many different things that go through. But each couple has their own story, their ups and their downs, the great things and not so great things. So how does it feel to be back, TJ? You feel good to be back?
I do. I feel real good to be back.
Oh, you sound so excited.
I am. You can't hear it in my voice.
Hey, George. Hey, everybody. For those that are tuning in, hit your share button, hit your thumbs up, comment. Let us know how you feeling, how you been. How you've been taking care of yourselves for the past 2 weeks since we've been gone. Let us know. Chime in. Tell us how you've been feeling.
Since we've been gone.
Why is it did it?
Why did you do it?
Never mind. I'll talk about it later. But yeah. So I hope everybody's doing good. I'm excited because we're about to bring in a great couple. And we have known them for a while. And so we're going to let them tell their story. But before we get started, we just want to make sure we got everything straight. Is everything straight?
No, not tonight. It's not. It's not.
But can they hear us though?
What's this?
Oops. Huh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
I hope they can. What's this thing?
George said it's been amazing. It's been awesome. Okay.
Go ahead.
I can't see the comments. That's what I'm saying. I was trying to. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So can we go? Sure. Forth now? Go. We can go forth now. Go. All right. So tonight we're talking about Grace under 5. So the first 5 years. For those that are up here and you've been married longer than 5 years, do you remember your first 5 years? How would you describe your first 5 years of marriage?
The truth.
The truth.
The first 5 years of our marriage was challenging.
It was challenging.
It was challenging because I had to get to know you, knowing you. Dating, even though we dated forever for 6 years. And I know some people say, well, when I got married, I mean, it was no different. No, we got married. It was different. So I still had to get to know you on a whole new level because, we were dating. I see you and I go home. Uh-huh. We got married. There was no separation. I saw you every day. So I got to see things that I didn't see when we were dating, even though we dated for 6 years, because people be thinking that, you're going to learn everything while you dated. I don't care how long you date. When you get married, you still going to see some things. You still going to learn some things about your mate or about your spouse that you did not know. You going to know what they tie their hair with, what they put in their hair. You're gonna learn a whole lot of stuff about your mate. So those first 5 years were challenging.
So to you, the first 5 years were challenging.
Yeah, it was great, but it was also challenging.
Yeah, the truth comes out tonight.
No, I'm sitting.
No.
You sit here.
Now, to me, the first 5 years, I ain't gonna say they were challenging, they weren't bad.
They were, because
to me, they were good.
No, during our first 5 years, stuff started coming up that was lying dormant. And that was the thing.
See, you think about that one instance, that one situation.
I'm not talking about just that one thing. I'm just saying in general, we just being real. We had some underlying stuff that was lying dormant, and it came up after we got married. Now we dealt with it within that 5 year.
Yeah.
But it was, I'm not gonna sit here there like it was roses and cream. It was challenging. It was great.
It won't roses.
It was great because we made a decision to stick through it and fight through it and come to a resolution. You know what I'm saying? But no, it wasn't roses and cream. You how you want to, you know what I'm telling the truth. But we made it. Doggone it.
Hey, you guys, for those who are just tuned in.
Thank you, George. Somebody else is gonna be real with me.
For those that are just tuned in, this is our series tonight, Grace Under 5, where we have a dynamic couple that's coming up, and they're gonna talk to us in a few minutes. But we just want to talk about, for those who are up there, do y'all remember how it feels those first 5 years? How was it your first 5 years of marriage? George said we had so much fun without the kids the first 3 years. He said the first 3 years. See, I would say that too, the first couple of years.
No, I mean, it was fun. I'm saying it was fun, but I'm just being it wasn't just all fun.
It just was all fun.
It was more fun than challenge, but we had our challenges.
But challenging was the first word that came out your mouth.
And then challenging, I'm just being honest, but the challenges also is what made it fun.
Okay. So
let's bring these Wilks in.
Yeah, we're not gonna hold y'all any longer. We're gonna go ahead and bring in our couple, and we're gonna let them introduce themselves, and then we're gonna get started for tonight. We're excited to be back. We thank everybody who's tuned in. For those who have tuned in, hit your share button, share this with your family and your friends, tag someone, tune in. All right, let's go with the Wilks.
Hey. Hello. I got one question to ask you, Pedro. I'll ask you later.
Really? I got to ask every man that. So tonight we have the pleasure of having Pedro and Linda Wilks, Mr. and Mrs. Wilks, with us on tonight. Say hey to everybody.
Hello, Thursday Love.
Hello, y'all.
Yay! So like I told everybody, this is Grace Under 5. I want to just first thank you guys for agreeing and accepting and being patient with us, agreeing to do this with us tonight. It was truly a pleasure that y'all accepted this.
Anything for Sherrie.
I love
anything for Sherrie. What about me?
Right, bro.
always, you get married, you come out the side door, folks stop talking for about half a second, and then they look at you and they keep talking. The woman come out, and the music starts playing, everybody want to get quiet.
Right.
That's why y'all hate when the kids come, because y'all don't get the attention no more.
See, and this is what
see how we feel.
He been talking about this ever since we got married.
The truth will make you free.
He said it has never been about the man. It's never been about the man. Anyway, so just give Thursday Love the pleasure to introduce yourselves. Just tell us a little bit about yourselves.
I'm Pedro Wilks, originally from Greenville, North Carolina, now residing in Durham, North Carolina. Yes. I'm a teacher in Chapel Hill, Carver school system.
What grade you teach?
I am an EC facilitator, so an EC resource. So I go in and out of classrooms.
That was a great introduction, Pedro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
come on,
well, I'm Linda, originally from Durham. I'm straight Bull City from Walltown. I'm a mother of going on 3. I have a little one right now in my stomach. Right now I'm home because of the baby, home bed rest, taking care of the kids and the house, and my lovely husband Pedro.
So how long we've known them? We've known y'all for almost when we meet? We met in church, right? We met Pedro at and then Linda.
And pulled me in the bathroom and talked to me and met me.
Well, actually, I was coming to the bathroom. You already
You was like, "Oh, real quick."
Demi pulled you in there. And I just happened to be on my way. So yeah. So we have known you guys for a while, and mainly it's because of church. Thank you, Jesus. But tell us how you guys met.
We want to
actually
yes.
Really. I was in the process of moving from my apartment in Chapel in Durham, North Carolina.
I knew you before then. I knew you before then.
Come on.
Okay, so
let's just start off here.
So Stephen and I are really close friends. We've been like brothers and sisters since high school. And I know Mike also. So of course, wherever Mike was, he was. So I was always in church, and he will always be at the same service. He will always be there somewhere. I ain't paid no attention. I ain't care. But he was always there. So I had to prove to him. No, but I had to prove to him. I was in a group picture with my girlfriends, remember? And he was in the background. So I said, there you go. See, I told you he was always around, but I never talked to him. Like I knew he was cool. I knew that he was like everybody's brother, but I never said anything. I didn't need to.
She was checking you out, man.
I was not.
Right.
Don't let that. No. Don't.
If you want the truth, I'll tell you the truth, but not on this live.
Keep going.
So, and then you was on Snapchat, remember?
I was on Snapchat asking for boxes because I was in the process of moving from my apartment in Durham to my then apartment in Chapel Hill. And I didn't think nothing of it. She responded, said, look, I work at the airport, so I got boxes for days. So she ended up getting off work and bringing me boxes the night before she went out with some friends and her family.
Yeah, I was going to the club. It's honor.
So I ended up, after I received the boxes, I ended up asking her, where you about to go with dressed like this? So she said, I'm about to go, to the house.
Sure, don't ask what I had on.
And I was like,
what's she going to, Pedro? It wasn't the house of God.
Right, it wasn't the house of God, bro. But she ended up, telling me where it was, and I said, I might pop in or whatever. So long story short, I ended up going to the house.
Where I was, and all my family was there at that.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was a family affair.
Well, whenever I go out with my cousins because they like to go out. So that's when I did. So even my aunt was there. So she shot me and she was there. So, and here he go. I was like, oh my. But the thing I didn't know, because my girlfriends had my phone and he was texting my phone. So I didn't know. And they were responding to him. So yeah, it caught me off guard. And I was like, what's he doing here? Hold on. But, oh, Lord. Don't make me say the truth, TJ. I'll tell Sherrie.
You can, because you gotta live with Pedro.
That's the thing. He know what I was doing. I ain't sugarcoat nothing.
She would not. But it's all right. It's all right.
It don't matter now. You married, so it's water on the bridge.
Yeah, we here now.
Yeah.
So Pedro, I got a question.
Yeah, bro.
So when you saw Linda, right? Mm-hmm. Did you see her from the front or from the back?
In the beginning, I saw her from the front.
Oh man!
Because she walked up to my porch.
Yeah.
Boy, messed up the pattern. Keep going.
It's all right.
When I got to the house, I saw her from the back.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Got the car back.
There we go. Yeah, Linda, it's been a guy thing. Every couple that's come up here, majority of them, they talk about the back. They saw him from the back.
They saw him in church and saw him from the back. And they got
He saw me in my club clothes. That's the difference. Yeah, he called me holiness because I grew up in the holiness church. So there was a skirt all the way down to my feet with stockings. So that's what he know me. So.
But so y'all knew each other before y'all actually met, or was that your first time actually meeting?
Well, that was your first time actually interacting with me. But prior, you was at His Kingdom Ministries.
I was supporting a youth
and
conference
Stephen,
or a
yes,
concert.
because it was Stephen was there, and it was a pastor. It was a whole bunch of us, and we all went out to eat. And for some reason, Frances, my daughter, she just was like stuck up on him. And I was like, "Who is this dude that my daughter is like up under?" And I was like, "Chill, Linda, he good." I was like, "I don't know him." So Steve looked at me. He was like, "Girl, you don't shut up." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone," because Stephen told me to shut up. So okay.
James said, "Study to be quiet." That's the Bible. It's study to be quiet. Thank you, Steve. He said, "You see, listening to Steve, and even Stephen is in the Bible." Yeah, he calls you a lifetime of joy.
Really?
He did.
He know me. He know I'm a fireball. So he looked at me like, "We're not gonna do this tonight." So, so then all of a sudden I see he posted a picture with him and Francis together, and Francis just like fell in love with him. And it was like every now and then he would check on her, and this is before she even started school. Yeah, she was like 4 years old. And ever since then, it was just like they were best friends. And I was like, who is he? Like, I'm still asking. Like, I don't really know him. Mike told me to shut up and chill too. Because they know how I am. But I was like, okay, all right, we're gonna see.
It was definitely a God thing.
Go ahead, Pedro. Go ahead.
I was just, it was definitely a God thing. Because I always told God that, in all my relationships, you would try to see the good, and you will see marriage, but not tap marriage, because something of becoming shingles, and it'll break down. But in the midst of meeting her, I saw my wife before I met my wife.
Yeah, man, to find out the wife, find the good thing, and attain the favor.
Amen.
That's biblical.
To drill me in the bathroom.
Hey,
I did not. You know what?
By any means necessary.
I did not grill you in the bathroom.
What's the story? What's the story behind
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later about the story.
I had to pass the test with Sherrie, honey. She won't play. She had me in the corner in the bathroom.
What? No.
Oh, 5'4" you?
No. Let's exaggerate.
She wanted to hook in that bathroom.
Listen. So both y'all grew up in church. In church. So
Pedro, would you grow up in Pentecostal, Baptist, Methodist?
No, free will Baptist.
Free will Baptist.
Free. You can do what you want to do. Gotcha. At your own will. Gotcha. Did y'all, hey Pedro, did the pastor preach in church and then go outside and smoke a cigarette in the church ground?
No, not my pastor.
I wouldn't. The blueberry suits and J curls and all.
But a lot of them do though. But not my pastor. Not my pastor growing up, he did it.
Look, I've been back to the time, so I know.
Pedro laughed because he saw some people do it and he thought about it. He's like, "That's my pastor, though. It's on my pastor."
But he was the head deacon, but not the pastor. We got you.
So you're like, you ain't gonna get me to tell on the people at the church. They probably watching this live.
I'm
sorry, y'all. I'm just joking. All right.
So how do we get to? It's just more than just hey, and I'm Pedro hanging out with Francis. What started?
We have to eat. Remember? And we went shopping.
The next night after we left HKM from meeting her, I was already going through a breakup, and I normally take a season to myself, but I just asked her out to eat, and of course
I'm gonna eat.
I know that's right.
Paid, nobody's gonna turn down a free meal, but we went to
Outback.
We went to Outback, and that's when I learned that she could eat, because normally on the first date, they'll try to be cute and they'll get the salad with like a salmon or something.
Nope.
This chick,
I ate.
Won't you get a rib?
If you gonna feed me, you gonna feed me.
I don't know what she got.
That's right.
ever since then, the ticket for food has been high.
Don't hurt him, Linda. Don't hurt him.
Stop getting pregnant, and it will stop being high.
But you won't break it then, were you, Linda?
No.
So what was the excuse then?
No.
That was pre-baby.
Right.
But that was a free meal. Now, because I was at the club Friday night, so you got to eat.
Oh yeah, keep up your stamina. I get it.
So Jesus fixed it. It's the truth.
But yeah.
And then
go ahead.
We went shopping, and you brought me a pair of shoes, and I brought like 3 pair of shoes or whatever, and ever since then.
So you was so Pedro, you paid $80 for the meal and $350 for the shoes. Dude, you better have married her.
Yeah, our first date wasn't your typical first date, because I normally don't go shopping on a first date.
It was your first pick.
So Linda, would you say after the first date, this was somebody that you wanted to talk to, you wanted to be with, or you just thought, I'm just enjoying the moment?
I knew he was different than what I normally would deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very consistent. So that was something else too. He was very consistent. So I was like, okay, this is something. My cousins and I, we were all talking because they was asking who he was, and they knew it was on a date. Then the next day we went out to eat again, and they saw the pictures.
You out of $500?
Hey, Joe, you rich. Can I
the first month of dating was strictly dates. And then too, being single, I was a go-getter, so I was working 4 jobs. So
okay.
Yeah, you used to.
But no, go ahead, Linda. Go ahead. So what was it about Pedro that said he's different?
So with me, okay, I'll be honest. I never really, around that time when he was talking to me, I was strictly just dating because I really didn't care. I didn't want a relationship or anything. Mm-hmm. What made me realize that he was here to stay, it was like, maybe, be honest, like 4 months later, and my sister was like, you still texting him? And that's when I realized, I said, I showed up and I ain't got rid of him yet. Hold on.
Wow, she ain't got rid of you.
Right.
Whoa. After she done ate all your food, you done brought all that food.
Ate all my coins.
He was feeding her.
Well, they said it way to a man's heart.
No, that
is
to Linda's heart.
Y'all was flipped around.
Right.
We would go out there and go shopping. That's what we used to do. That was like perfect for me. And my sister was like, girl, you still texting him. What is going on? And I was like, girl, you are so right. I was like, okay. And then my family was asking, my daddy was asking, my mom was asking, because they realized he was still around and I didn't get rid of him because my family know how it was. So, so that's when I realized, I was like, okay. And then what really clicked is when Frances was in kindergarten and her lungs shut down in the classroom. So she was basically dead. And I called Pedro, and he was there with me every day in that hospital for basically almost 2 weeks with her. So that's when I realized, okay, because he was there more than what her birth father was. Her birth father maybe saw her maybe twice. And Pedro was there every day. When I tell you, he brought her different, whatever she wanted, clothes, everything. He was talking to the doctors and telling me stuff that I didn't know. I was like, okay. And then his mom, on the other hand, his mom would FaceTime and, call and everything. And the way how she's very strict and she's old school. So it was like something kind of different for me to see because Darlene don't play. So that's how I was like, okay. And my dad and my mom, my sisters, everybody was just like clinging on to him. They looked at me like, okay, what we going to do now? Yeah, you better fix this up. So that's basically how
it was.
After Sherrie drilled me, but yeah.
Go ahead, Pedro. Say what you was gonna say. We're not listening.
I was just going to say our timeline shocks me because that's how you know it had to be God. Because for me to buy a ring 3 months in,
and tell my daddy,
and to her dad, and her dad was just like, I was wondering when you was coming. I was wondering.
And that's not my daddy at all.
So
you had already bought the ring with the food, Pedro, so you might as well go ahead and switch it over to the ring.
I ended up asking her dad like month 3.5 for her hand in marriage, presenting the ring. And he was like, I'm surprised he held it as long as he held it.
My dad is my best friend. We don't keep secrets from each other. Like, he knows everything. And for him to keep that secret, I was like, okay, we're going to fight. But
your daddy know what to say and what not to say.
Oh, no, he tells me everything. There's nothing I do not know. And I tell him everything, too. So, yeah. But I can't believe he kept that. Because he can't keep a secret with my pregnancies from nobody. So,
wow.
Who's Chris?
That's what.
Oh, that's my cousin. She calls him that. She won't call him Pedro. So,
Pedro, what is it? Pedro, Chris? Okay.
So, Pedro, what was the proposal like?
The proposal, I'm a planner at heart. So the way I, dreamed of proposing, of course, it never happened. As a teenager, you grow up with, hey, I'm gonna do that. I saw that on TV. I'm gonna do that. I saw that in the magazine. But what I ended up doing was I knew she was bougie, and I'm a hint of bougie too. So
yeah, you bought the meals and them shoes.
I ended up contacting the Sahina Hotel.
She gonna get you later.
I ended up contacting the Sahina
Hotel. Down horse, everybody can hear
Let's tell the story. Go ahead, Pedro.
I ended up contacting the Sahina Hotel in Chapel Hill. Had a big waterfall, horses and stuff outside.
Vintage Italian stuff.
Real vintage Italian. So I talked to one of the bellhops that was there, and she was like, "What do you plan to do?" I said, "Well, just give me a plate of strawberries, put the ring on it." And I said, do y'all print y'all menus, or do y'all just have a generic menu? She was like, "No, sir, we print our menus daily." I said, "So you telling me I can recreate your menu to fit my proposal?" She was like, "We never had that done, but we can do that." So I customized their menu to fit my proposal.
Wow.
So I typed it up. Well, actually, I wrote it out and they typed it up. And when we arrived at the hotel, she received the drink menu first.
No, they gave me a glass of champagne first. As soon as
they gave you mimosa first, yeah.
As soon as I walked in.
And then she was presented the appetizer. She was presented the appetizer menu. And then the entree menu was the actual proposal. Labeled past, present, and future. So it was.
Linda, were you expecting it?
No, this is how he tricked me. So I'm at the house and I'm folding clothes, just doing Francis' hair, and I didn't have my makeup or nothing. And he was like, "You need to get dressed by such and such time." And I'm like, "Where you at?" He was like, "Well, I'm studying." At the time, he was at church, and he had to speak or something. So I'm thinking he's studying somewhere. So I didn't bother him. And so I was like, okay, what is he doing? Because I ain't heard from him. And then he told me to get ready by 6:00 or something like that. I think, and he had my dress out and everything. So I go to the hotel. I was like, oh, it's nice. And I'm looking around because he knows I like Italian stuff and vintage Italian. So I'm like, oh my God, this is so pretty. So we walking around and stuff. I really didn't know. I'm just thinking we're going to get some food, of course. And so I noticed that they was walking us back outside instead of in the restaurant. And there's a table that had this cute bouquet of flowers. I was like, oh, we're going to sit at that table with them flowers. Okay. So I still didn't know. And then what I get? I got some French fries, of course, at an Italian restaurant. And they had gave me mimosas and they kept giving them to me. So I was like, why they keep filling me up with mimosas? What's going on?
Remember you saying yes.
And the girl that she was, who was she?
He was a shift manager.
Yeah, the manager, whatever. She was like so nice to make sure I was comfortable and everything. And then she was showing me stuff and telling me about history of things. And so we sat down and I ordered the stuff, and then she's like, well, you want the dinner menu? He's like, go ahead and bring it. And so I was like, remember I read, it was about, I can't remember what Bible verses up there.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, they holy. I said, I like this place. So
well, we gotta come back here and eat more.
So I was like, Pedro, we can come here often. I was like, wait, this says my name. And then I kept reading. I said, Pedro, what is this? And I see him sweating. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? So
Pedro can't stay dry for nothing.
Nothing, right?
he was armor bearing. Matter of fact, he came into the church sweating.
He was sweating bad, like he just got finished running. I'm like, Pedro, why my name up here? And why? I said, this is very churchy. So I'm reading it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then next thing you know what, he grabbed me by my hand and he takes me to the waterfall, and that's when
the server actually brings the ring out.
And the strawberries.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I don't even think I realized that she did that.
It was a male server that came out. Because the actual manager that helped me plan the whole thing, she played paparazzi. So she actually went home, changed clothes out of her uniform, took my phone, and took pictures of the whole thing.
How did you give her your phone? That's another thing. So I didn't know.
I had to check in.
I didn't know. So,
yeah, it was nice.
I looked at Pedro. I said, "Are you serious right now?" Like I'm looking at him, like, "Are you serious?" And he's crying. I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's serious." And it was just like a yes.
You've been crying out. You, Pedro.
I was sweating.
Y'all seen him?
Your eyes, yeah.
So so I was like, okay. And I was like, I said yes. And when I said that, that was just like it. And then all these people come out and they clapping and stuff. I'm like, who are these folks? I didn't know who they were. It was just people in the hotel. I guess they saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I don't like attention like that. So I'm looking like, oh my gosh, really? So and my nerves are so tore up. I didn't eat there.
We actually after we did the proposal. No, I had to prepay. I had to prepay. I prepaid the whole day. But we ended up leaving the hotel, going to a restaurant.
We went to McAllister's.
I don't know where.
Yeah,
she paid $700 for that and paid another $200. Dude, you gonna be. I prophesied now. You're gonna be a multi-millionaire. You got to be.
She went out with him.
Got to be.
More shoes.
And I was sitting there half back
to So in the RTP, once you get it.
Yeah, definitely.
But my nerves are so tore up. I couldn't eat at McAllister's because I like that place too. I was like, you know what? I gotta go to church. And I had on this. If you saw the dress, it was very high. I was like, I do not care. We're going to church. And that's the only way I can calm my nerves down. Because I just told this man, yes, for real. And I'm going to really get married. And it's different because the women and my mom's side of the family that I'm really close to, they don't get married. Those are the girls that I hang out with and go to the club. So it's like something different for me. So that's the only way I can calm my nerves. I went to church. And we stayed. And if you know Apostle Janice Thomas and Bishop, Bishop's my uncle. So I talked to them and let them know what was going on. They was excited, and my nerves are still tore up. I called my daddy. My daddy was like, I knew the whole time, but He's so excited. I called my sister. I just showed her the ring, and I ain't gonna say exactly what she said because she's crazy, but she was shocked. She was so excited, and we called your Aunt Nell, and she gave me her love. And then I called my mom. I think she was like the last one I called. And my mom was like, you what? So
you broke. Come on, you broke the tradition.
The mom, right? The mom. Okay, go ahead.
No, she said it.
Okay.
And then
Look,
I
you
called
were
my
living in
girlfriend.
Mm-mm.
And my girlfriends at the time, they really didn't know who Pedro was because I never brought him around. And they was like, oh, well, we need to set up a dinner with him. Like,
Right.
it was just like straight up. And
y'all paying.
I passed their test.
yeah, they was waiting. These are my girlfriends since freshman year of high school. And they was like, yeah, we need to sit down and talk to him. Hold on, who is he? So
Right.
that was another thing. It was like, because I really don't talk about my relationships to nobody. I keep it to myself because with me, it's just like a relationship and it's just for the season. That's my mindset because I really wasn't trying to. But they was like, where is this coming from? And the only person that really believed me was my cousin Monique because we was out to eat and going out to eat for drinks. And he was texting me the whole time. So she had my phone looking at everything. So she's the only one that believed me. But my girlfriends, they was like, we need to sit down. We finna meet him right now. And they did. So he passed the test.
It's been a journey.
He passed the test.
Pedro, so like my husband, he said that he was always you say I just want to make sure I'm right though. You always you knew you was gonna get married. That was something that you wanted.
It wasn't something that I necessarily wanted, but I knew I was gonna get married.
Right. And Pedro, were you like that? Like you always knew, or is it something that you've always wanted to get married?
Definitely. I always knew I was, but as a man, how you envision what you want is in actuality not what you're going to receive.
Right. Right.
But
right.
That's weird. I never I knew I was gonna get married, but I never had like this fairy tale whatever. Like I didn't envision on this day I'm gonna do this XYZ. I just knew I was gonna get married. And my thing was I knew I was gonna get married, but when it happened, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I knew that night at Central in that car, if God won't gonna send me no wife, then something was wrong. Cause I told that dude, I said, look, if you ain't next girl you send me, she ain't my wife, don't waste your time. I won't go date no man. That was for sure. But I knew that the next girl I dated, it was gonna have to be my wife because I was done.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. But I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. So what I'm trying to get at, because I didn't see myself getting married. I didn't want to get married.
Oh yeah, she wanted to stay in a
I wanted to stay single
with a business suit and all this other nonsense.
I wanted to stay single.
But I did like you, Pedro. I came in and I swooped her up.
Right.
I changed her whole narrative. She didn't know who I was. I announced myself. I'm here to stay.
Lord Jesus.
I'm trying to tell you.
I just wanted to live my life. I wanted to be single. I never saw myself getting married. So what I'm getting to, Linda, can you say that point of your life, you just wanted to enjoy your life. You just wanted to just stay single. And if a guy did come, like you said, it was just something that was just going to happen. Let's talk about that. What had you in that place, if you don't mind talking about that?
Francis, my focus was just my daughter. Because I see how other moms are with their kids. And I see them put men before their children. And, just too much mess. And my thing was everything about Francis, whatever Francis want to do, violin with her. I mean, anything she want to do, I want to be 100% hers, and just focus on her, making sure she has a better life than what I had, and making sure she doesn't go without. And especially with her having health issues, a lot of my time was just me and Francis, because she had to do all these breathing treatments and steroids and everything else. So my focus was just my baby, making sure she's comfortable and she's fine. So that was like, I had tunnel vision, straight, just all about her.
Okay, so we married now, which was a beautiful wedding, I might add.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for inviting us.
And he also cried and sweat too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
You were told up.
I was about to bring you a box.
I was no more good.
You were no good.
No good.
But
take that thing. Take that rug in the aisle and give it to Pedro.
Yeah. Soak up all the water. Good God, but it was a beautiful wedding. But so how long have y'all been married?
We've been married
going
on three, but it's been 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, I thought you about to say we've been married too long. I'm about to say, all right, we in this Zoom. We in this live.
I love Linda about to kill him.
She gonna hit you upside the head with the cup.
Right.
All right.
I'll get
So
11 to be 3 years.
TJ made a comment earlier that from dating, because I asked him earlier, I said, how did the first 5 years do? And he said challenging. That was the first thing through his mind. So the first couple of years, what would you say? How has it been? The first couple of years of being married.
Jasmine thought he was gonna say the same thing.
See,
she know him.
Same by myself.
It's been a journey. As you know, on a journey, there's gonna be many bumps and many speed bumps and potholes. I did say bumps twice.
he said a bump and then a speed bump. He said a double bump.
One bump small, one bump long. But yeah, it's a matter of it's been Jesus fix it.
Just say the word challenging, man. It's safe. Challenging. Keeps her happy. All the above. Learn how to use them.
A, B, C, D, and
Learn how to use them adjectives.
I need my fan.
See, now she getting hot. I'm telling you, use some nice adjectives.
Lord, we're gonna try this again.
Pedro, what you say is, you know, it's been a learning experience.
It's been a learning experience.
There we go.
All right, let's try it again. Pedro.
It's been a positive learning experience.
Take two.
Take two.
There we go. There we go. You got to take out dinner, man, to make up for this one. Again.
A good dinner.
It's been a learning experience.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
And scene.
Oh Lord.
You got her wiping her makeup, dude. Yeah. It's been a positive learning experience. And she took her glasses off.
Okay. Linda, when you pull your stuff together, how would you describe these first couple of years?
Pedro ain't finished. He just started.
He said in scene.
Okay, good.
He said he does.
Smart. You learned something in this 2 years, 3 years of marriage. Yes, sir. If not, hit me up, buddy. I'll save you. I got you.
Oh gosh, I can't stand TJ right now. It's some work. That's all I'm gonna say. It's some work.
It's some work.
It's some work. You gotta be tough to be in it. So I got some tough skin.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think a lot of millennial couples they love the idea of the wedding, but not the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And you spend $35,000 on one day, but you forget that after you wake up and all your guests are gone, that was just y'all. So now you have to live.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What a child.
And that was one of our things.
And then too, coming to a pre-made family, you now have to, even as a married woman, being a single mother, you're still going to have single mother tendencies.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's my issue.
So whereas you now have help, it's not that you don't acknowledge the help that you have. It's just I'm used to doing this by myself.
And he broke me.
So it's like, thank you, but I got this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's understood. I mean,
definitely, not understood.
Good mothers, you know, their mindset is I got to take care of my child, and then they've been doing it for a while. So a good mother is not going to give over that responsibility lightly, because you know their responsibility in their mind still is their child, and now they have to switch their minds over and say, I have a child, yes, and they are my responsibility. I now have help. And then now I have to allow my husband, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of this matriculation and this relationship with my child now, you know, so that's understood. But that's all the signs of a good mother, because a good mother, like I said, they're gonna be protective, you know what I'm saying? Because even when you get married, you know, when you're dating, you know, you get to see a side of Pedro, but now that you're married, you get to see another side. So this other side that I see, do I trust this person still with my daughter? You know what I'm saying?
Different levels.
Yeah, the different level. Do I trust them even now? Because we're in the house all the time now. You know, and then there'll be times where, you know, he's there and you're not there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to see all this stuff. You know, do I trust this man with my child when I'm not there? You know what I'm saying? And then there's gonna be a trial period. There's gonna be some sneaking around, looking at him in relationship with her when he don't know you looking. Just try to see them signs. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. That's it's a real challenge.
And he did good with that part. He really did, because one thing he did with Francis was he would take her on dates on a regular, and then he'll go see my big sister. So and he'll go see my dad. So he was around my family most of the time with her. So that's another way he broke me, because I was comfortable and he FaceTimed me every 5 minutes, because he know I'm like, is she breathing okay? You know, she wheezing, you know, anything. So he did good breaking me, but and sometimes he'll just go ahead and do stuff, and I'm looking like, what? You know, I'll be so confused because I'm so used to having this routine. Right. Like every morning I get up and I make her breakfast and everything, and he kind of started doing it for me, and I was like, okay, like what are you doing? But he broke me. It was some arguments though, but he broke me. So,
but I think that's understandable, and that was one of the questions I was going to ask, because you're going into a blended family. You know what I'm saying? Pedro is taking on the responsibility of having a daughter. Not only did he marry Linda, he married Francis too. Yes, he came into a covenant with them. You know what I'm saying? So the same responsibility. Well, you know what I mean. It's the same covenant. It's the same agreement.
He married Francis, and he took on the responsibility of.
He married Linda. Took on the responsibilities of Francis. That's what you're trying to say.
She ain't got married yet. She ain't got no ring on her finger.
You know what I mean.
And not for a long time.
You know what I mean.
Right.
You know what I mean. But the thing is, he took on the responsibilities of her, and it would be only adequate that he would take on some of the responsibilities actually, whereas Linda do take a break from fixing the food. But I understand where Linda concerns come, because not only is it her daughter, but her daughter has health concerns, and that heightens it. It's like very sensitive, and to be in tune with that and to take on that responsibility. Pedro, was there any doubt in your mind to do this, or this just became second nature to you? Like, she's my daughter. There's no second guessing. She's my daughter, and I'm going to do this.
Definitely, it was definitely second nature. It was like it came natural. Being a teacher, not only do I care for other people's kids, but now this is my own child. So, you know, I'm going to step it up even more, because this is mine. Yeah. So not even with my students, the level of support and care I give them, I give my child that same level. So it's
I knew he had it when he would listen out for her at night when she was asleep and make sure she's breathing well and not wheezing. So when I noticed he was doing that, I was like, oh, you just woke up out your sleep to check on her? Really? So I was like, okay, he got it. He got it.
I'm going to give you some when you get back in that bed. Yeah, buddy. That's why you got some in that oven now. Because you've been checking on
Stay in there.
Speaking of that, now, we only been married for a couple of years. And there's a Pedro and there's a Linda that Pedro and Linda have to get to know each other individually and together. But now we brought in not one, but almost 2 more babies.
And congratulations, you guys are following the word of God. So to be fruitful, you are following the word.
So was this a conversation had?
Ding.
When Junior came along, or this was, you know, unexpected and life just happened?
Definitely unexpected.
You were just having fun.
I'm gonna pause that.
I'll read a real story later.
I'm gonna frame that and I'm gonna put it up there. I'm like, do you remember this moment, Linda?
Sherrie, I'll tell you the truth later. He knew what he was doing, because I told him, I said, let's wait 2 years, and Julian was conceived a month after we was married.
So wow.
Well, he can't help be potent.
You know what he said, TJ? He said he paid for it. That's what he always
did. All the meals. Matter of fact, you should have gave him anything he wanted. The shoes, the meals, all that. She done got it the first night. I do. It's done.
Sherrie, get him.
I'm trying.
No, he buys my meals and I buy the suits. So he has suits in the closet he can't even wear. He haven't even worn yet with tags. So
okay.
That's what
shopping came.
I don't think it's even, Linda.
Pedro
ain't carrying nothing, so it's still.
He's carrying that weight for me feeding him. I cook all the time, so he's carrying that weight for me feeding him. You ain't seeing him skinny no more.
Hey Pedro, be careful, man. Yeah, because you pick up that weight, man. I picked up how many? I picked up 20 pounds with Taylor. I had my chin look like it was a triple chin. I was like 210 pounds.
Lord Jesus.
I'm trying to lose you now.
So we bring babies in early. Even though Francis was already there, but we bring babies in early. So how does this look? How does this picture look? How does this work with being newlyweds? And we have Julian, and now we have Hannah. Am I saying that right? Is on the way.
So, to be honest, because we love kids, as you know, because your kids come over here, it's fun for us. So, I just don't want to be popping out babies every year.
And we're not.
Well, only way that's gonna stop is either you gonna have to get your tubes tied or Pedro gonna have to get snipped. If that don't happen, them babies gonna keep right on dipping.
Right. We definitely got evidence of year 1 and year 2.
Yeah. Now you go ahead and get that.
Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
So I have a question. You guys right now. You guys have been married for, you said 2-3 years, right? What would you guys say was the biggest challenge thus far within your marriage?
And how did you overcome it?
No. Let me take that back. Was the biggest learning experience in your marriage? And how did you guys overcome it?
If you have, are you still working on it?
I'm definitely still working.
Good answer.
Definitely still working.
I know you try to be safe. It's fine. That lad told it all. Boy, I'm smart. I should be a counselor.
You so silly.
We're gonna skip that one.
Okay, so we're gonna try this one. Then. Because our hour is drawing near. So we're gonna try this one. How about this one? What would you say? I heard this on Willie Moore yesterday, and I thought it was a good question. What would you say has been the biggest compromise to date for you guys? In every relationship, we have to compromise. Sometimes we have to settle and compromise so we don't kill each other. What would you say the biggest compromise? Jasmine said,
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Jasmine.
Jasmine said, TJ, a comedian, not a counselor.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Somebody else acknowledges my skill. Thank you.
I guess I would definitely say like my space, and then I also let go of some jobs.
You was already married to a Pedro, so you had to have 4 jobs, dude. So you're right. Okay, gotcha. Go ahead.
Definitely my space, because I've always been a homebody, and I've been that type where come home, shower, my routine. So the single routine of me had to compromise to the family routine. So no longer coming home to a quiet house, and but it's coming home to a loud house. But it's a great feeling. So it's not a bad feeling. But now that it's even a greater feeling to come home knowing somebody is waiting to see you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it was definitely my space. And how being raised by a single mother, old school, grandma, certain things in the house was be in certain places. It's just supposed to be there.
Right.
So I had to compromise stuff being rearranged. And now I have to look for what I once knew where it was,
I guess tools supposed to be in the kitchen. That's what he's talking about, because I shut up, took them out.
What?
You had a screwdriver and everything in the kitchen, the drawers. No.
It was in the drawer.
No. See?
See, it was just in case the cabinet was loose. He could reach right on in the drawer and tighten up the screw the back of the cabinet and put it back in place. See, that's how. But Pedro, you know what, man? I can vouch for you there when you talked about, you know what I'm saying, space, and you know what I'm saying, wanting to. Because when we first got married, I was used. I'm an intro extrovert. Like I can be fine by myself and happy by myself. But then I also can, you know what I'm saying, fellowship with people or whatever. And we got married. That was one of the things was I would come home, man, and go in my room. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just what I was used to. You know what I'm saying? Because just being by myself. And, you know, when she kept telling me, hey, you got to stop coming home to go in your room because I'm here. And then by that time, we had Zariah too. And so she kept saying it. And then she stopped saying it. And when she stopped saying it, I said, hold your horse. I said, hey, she ain't saying nothing anymore. I said, all right, that means that she heading towards that door. So you might need to replay all them conversations. And I did, man. I backtracked. I was Michael Jackson, dude. I was Michael Jackson without the plastic surgery. But I was backsliding back to get them conversations. And then I started doing everything she was saying because I was like, yo, this chick was about to leave me with my child. So I had to learn how to open myself up and be more affectionate. And thank the Lord, because one night, man, we was laying in bed, and I love you. One night, I said what she said, but one night she said something, and she was dead serious. And I was on my side of the bed, man. I was trying to do everything. I'm about to have a heart attack not to laugh, because I was like, dude, if you laugh, this chick is gone. I mean, that's how done she was. Like, so I definitely understand what you're saying about, you know, your space and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a great thing though to come home to hear noise because you miss it when it's not there.
Right.
Linda, what was your biggest compromise, boo?
Ooh,
just name one of them, Linda.
What I don't know, cause.
Is it that many?
Okay, one thing I did, and I still kind of do, is how much time he spent in the church. I'm like, look now, I know you, because his mama did it all the time. Well, it'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm not having that because I don't want Francis to think that's okay for a man to come home at 3 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. So we got to set some boundaries. So I was like, I got to set the example for her because I'm not going to have it with me and I'm not going to have it with her. So that was like one of the things that I had an issue with. Other than that, Pedro, he can be mean and everything else, and he likes stuff to be in certain spots, but I don't care. I'm the woman of the house, so the tools was moved out the kitchen. The bathroom, nobody there. My way of cleaning is different from his. I'm used to sanitize and everything with a whole bunch of Clorox, and he's like, I'm tired of the smell of Clorox, and I'm like, I love it, and I'm scrubbing. So I mean,
that's compromise. Good. See, we asked y'all earlier about compromise, and y'all didn't have nothing to say. That was compromise right there. See, that's a challenge. Y'all just came. Yeah, that's a challenging moment that y'all just see. I knew y'all had some.
That's what we were thinking. That's why.
That's something
So okay, so all right, so the first couple of years, the first few years, a lot of people say if you can make it through the first 5 years, you can make it for the rest of your life.
Shoot, I've heard make it through the first year. Get them 5 years.
Yeah, some people say the first year, but you know, you're still learning each other. It's new, it's fresh. Definitely. Everything is different from dating, and now you're married. But
put the screw job back in the kitchen.
but and me and TJ, we're not perfect. We had some.
Speak for yourself.
Oh Lord, we had some. We had a few bumps.
We had some bumps. We had some potholes. We had some volcanoes. Yeah. She bit my finger.
Yeah.
All the above.
Tell everybody I bit his finger.
I still got the marks to show.
Yeah, you know, it happens. But you know, the thing is, you're learning, and the thing is that you try to learn them together and walk through them.
I ain't bite her finger.
So we're about to end it, but we're just gonna have some little fun things. So y'all are newlyweds.
Hold on.
See.
But before y'all go,
Lord, he gonna get all serious.
No, come on, don't do that. Shame the devil.
Okay.
All right. So guys, you've been married for a few years. if you guys could give anybody advice, if you could give another couple, TJ remind me. Oh, thank you, Tracy.
Oh,
you
Lord
sound remind me of your
Jesus.
husband. Jasmine said I should be a comedian. I like y'all people. I like you. I like you. So you guys could give a young couple. If you guys could give a young couple advice, you know, about the challenges of marriage and so forth and so on, what would you guys say to them before Sherrie goes into the fun thing?
See, I was gonna do that. I was gonna do that.
But we're gonna do the funny stuff at the end.
Okay, let's go.
See, that's how we do it, Linda. I tell her what I'm joking. I get myself in no trouble. Go ahead, baby.
I know what's worth it, what's not. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I've been with this dude for 21 years. I know what's worth it, what's not.
Dang, you.
He know he got baby Hulk over there.
I know.
So what?
And you know you got baby Hulk right there. So hush.
Oh yeah, you right. You censored him. You up in the bathroom. So.
What's your advice? No. What's your advice?
I would definitely say that understanding that your mate or your spouse is on your team, and it's not, it's not two players. It's really one game and one player, because two becomes one. Right. So your mate, your spouse is on your team. So in all things, you have to work together, or somewhere the ball is going to be dropped.
Right. It's good. It's good. Linda?
I agree with Pedro.
I'm going to keep it basic. Prayer, because it's the only thing that helped me through it all is prayer. So just keep God first.
That's good. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. I'm going to try not to get myself in trouble. I'm going to try not to.
He talking to Tracy. Whoever, bless your heart, Tracy. Whoever you are.
TM. Thank you. That's very good. That's very good advice. Because it takes, the thing is, it takes a while to understand the fact that you are a team. You have a lot of couples, and it's really prevalent in the church. With pastors and the wives, or just husband and wife in general in the church, where they're competing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But really, if you understand the whole fact of team, the more I push Sherrie, the more stronger we become as a couple. You know what I'm saying? The more she pushes me, the stronger we become as a couple. My job is to push her. Her job is, not just push her, but to support her and push her. And her job is to support me and push me, because the stronger each one of us come, the stronger we get together, the more powerful we are as a couple. Right. And a lot of couples, they miss that, because I don't want my wife I don't want her to have more anointing than me. I don't want her to be able to preach. Forget it. I don't want her to have more engagements. Hey, look, every time she go out and preach, she bringing in a check, which means what? That check is going into the bank account, which means both of y'all getting some of that money. So hey, preach all you want. Preach until you can't preach no more. Ching, that check come rolling in. And we both get to spend the money. We both get to spend the fruits of our labor.
Lord.
You preach it and you preach it. That's how it works. Teamwork. Make that dream work.
But it's not just that. You're two different individuals with two different backgrounds, two different ways of being raised, different patterns and everything. And you're trying to take those differences and bring them together to work as one. And that takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. You know what I'm saying? But like TJ said, you do support each other. You do be there for each other. You learn what your strength. I learned what his strengths and weaknesses are, where he learned what my strengths and weaknesses are. And we try to take our strengths and our weaknesses, our strengths, and complement them. And our weaknesses, we learn to work on them. Now, sometimes we'll bump heads, because we're very strong-headed. Both of us are.
Yeah, Sherrie's head is a lot bigger than mine.
I don't like you. I
don't need you. I just need you to love me.
But I think that's just it. And it takes time to bring that together, to work together. But at the end of the day, you have to be a team. You have to support each other, not only behind closed doors, but in public. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Public is very important.
If because Linda, you doing makeup and you're out there in front of the people or whatever, and if Pedro's there supporting you all the way, just letting you do you, that's great. And if Pedro, you're how many more other jobs you have along with EC?
Pedro's in the church. Did you hear Linda said Pedro in church?
He said EC train.
One for the Father, Linda. One for the Son, and one for the Holy Spirit. He's in a trinity of jobs.
So You know,
It's biblical.
It's great that you do that. But since y'all are still newlyweds, y'all should know the little. Let me see if y'all still remember the little things about each other, because you know how they always say, "Well, what's Linda's favorite color, Pedro?"
Green.
Money. So that's what you spend on the dinners. A lot of money. Yeah. That makes sense. Speaking of that, the pictures y'all took with that green was nice too. Just want to let you know that.
It was that green and blue. Yeah, the green and blue.
Yeah.
Texas. Oh, she said Houston. All right, Tracy. She's from Houston, Texas.
Lord Jesus.
Where it's hot.
So, Linda, what is Pedro's favorite food? Like,
Everything.
what is his favorite food?
Seafood, but everything, but seafood.
Pedro, what's Linda's favorite food? You bought it there, so you should know.
Lord, she got so many favorites, but she do like she do like Italian.
Ah, okay. That makes sense since she said that she liked the vintage Italian. That makes sense.
Okay. All right. Linda, what's Pedro's favorite color?
Blue.
What's your favorite movie?
Got so many.
I know.
She's a movie head.
Pick a genre.
This is where we're different.
So she like horror.
I like horror and I like action.
Oh, have you seen Christine?
Oh Lord.
No, but I am gonna look at it because I do have it saved.
Look at that movie. Pray first, girl. Pray first. Have you a bottle on the Bible? But look at Christine.
I can let
me watch this.
Francis and I do like horror, but I need to have somebody's head blown off and shot up. And the movie
this is a little different. When Pedro come in, he went to pray for you. He can pray for the apartment, a house.
I mean, I watch all types of movies, but you know, I'll be watching stuff that she watched too.
I go sleep on his movies that he be picking. They be like love stories and dramas and stuff. I'm like, okay. She got her hair broken over there.
Oh,
he's planning for the next big thing. He just gets papers and get ideas.
I've never been into that kind of stuff, so I go to sleep.
No demons in my house.
Favorite ice cream?
Don't say but if you can.
No, you eat like fruity stuff all the time, like strawberry and stuff.
I don't like nobody strawberry ice cream.
You know what's that in the fridge right now?
That's caramel.
Oh, I thought it was strawberry.
Oh. Linda, never mind. Linda, never mind.
I don't eat it. You like cake?
About that.
He's like caramel.
He didn't say caramel.
Yeah, he said caramel. Yes,
he from Greenville.
Pedro can say, "Are you really from Baltimore?"
She's being funny.
But all right, you guys. All right, we're past our time, but I just want to thank you guys so much for coming. Yeah, I have enjoyed you guys. I have totally enjoyed you guys, especially my husband. I appreciate y'all coming up here and taking time out to tell us y'all love story.
Yeah.
People have enjoyed it, and y'all are truly loved because people have chimed in and gave their comments. They have loved y'all love story, and we pray that it will continue to be a love story.
Yeah.
Full of love, full of joys, and even in the situations that are not so joyful, that that God give y'all the strength to get through.
Yeah. Jasmine said it was good, y'all, and she gave three chocolate hand claps. So Jasmine got to be black because she ain't all the black.
She is.
She ain't white.
Definitely.
That's his cousin.
She said yes with two hearts.
Huh? What'd you say, Linda?
That's his cousin. That's also my best friend. Me and her.
Oh.
Okay.
I didn't get into support system, but we're not gonna go into that tonight. But we're gonna have to bring y'all back up here again. But is there anything y'all want to say to the people out there? Is there anything I know y'all gave advice already, but
He the one wrote a book on everything, so go ahead.
Hey,
yes, promote your book. Y'all promote y'all businesses because y'all have a lot.
Yeah,
y'all promote y'all businesses.
I did write a book called When the Rib Fits. It's a short read, but basically talking about the steps and the process to finding your rib and understanding that your rib, a rib that's force fit is definitely going to cause you more drama than joy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Pedro, I have a question. You wrote a book. How do we purchase the book?
It's available on Amazon.com and entitled When the Rib Fits, and it should come right up.
Gotcha.
Okay. Any other businesses y'all want to promote?
Well, of course, I'm an MUA. I'm also Sherrie's personal MUA whenever she lets me do her makeup. And also, I own a boutique, but that's on pause right now because I'm on bed rest, so I can't do. But yeah. So basically, I do makeup because I can sit down and do makeup and do your face.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I've been focusing on right now during the pregnancy, just to keep me busy.
And when is Hannah due?
August 4th. But I think she's gonna come on his birthday.
When's your birthday?
July 26th, so late July.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
Well, congratulations to you both.
And we pray that we pray for the health of the pregnancy, health to deliver.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Most definitely. Most definitely.
And thank you guys for the invitation.
You know, Sherrie, they love us. They all come in here cutting up.
Then we'll
because y'all love to cook and I love to eat.
Then we'll believe God for year 3.
Linda, don't hurt him. Linda, don't hurt him. Linda, don't hurt him. Lord, Linda, don't hurt him. Linda, don't hurt him.
I guess you and Paige are gonna be paying for a BBL too. It's hard to lose this weight. But don't worry, because I got your daughters. So when they come up here, they get bougie food with me. So we do Maggiano's and stuff. Right. So don't worry, they're gonna follow my footsteps.
Well, all right, you guys. We thank everyone who came in and supported on tonight, who chimed in and supported on tonight. Thank y'all for those that are new to Thursday Love. We come on every Thursday at 9:00 Facebook Live with new couples, new topics, and just always laughs. We always gonna have laughs. So we thank everybody for tuning in. We thank Pedro and Linda for coming up and sharing their love story with us. I hope y'all have a blessed night. Have a great weekend. Y'all be safe out there, and most definitely continue to love on each other.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Yeah.